Our flag has been dropped.
It would be safe to say that today I am a very happy man. People generally hip-firing and using lightweight tend to slide side to side so quickly that they just flash out of view within the blink of an eye. Even though I play on a sensitivity 11, when I draw my ever-suffering gun up to my eyeball and try to ADS these people as I always do, the rate of slidiness that they slide tends to throw them off my screen, therefore leaving me with my jaw hit the ground wondering what the hell just happened. And the reason for this being is I generally feel that the movement when you aim down sights just makes you that little bit more sluggish and pathetic. Well, not anymore, because today I've discovered the stock attachment. Now I understand that discussing this attachment might be old news to people, but what you need to understand is every time I unlock this attachment on one of my guns, I generally just bypass it and don't even give it a thought. Well, not anymore. I mean, I don't really divulge in too much hip firing. Yes, of course, sometimes it definitely calls for it, but as I've said before, the fashion with this game, generally for most people, is to move around the map without aiming down sight. I mean, that's absolutely fine, I guess. Particularly if you're a more inexperienced player who's not used to these games, and you've discovered that putting a laser sight on means that you get that extra stability without the jaunt of pulling that gun up to your face. I've now learned to accept that it's something that's built into the game, and I've reached my karma about it. I've made peace with my demons, and I have in fact realised that you just need to find a happy medium. You see, the one thing I will say for Black Ops 2, where Vonderhaar probably got it right, is that everything can be countered, and this stock attachment has been staring me smack bang in the face from the start. I just never really looked into it much. I mean, yes, to be honest, maybe it's probably old news and Driftor's already covered this thing, but I don't watch a lot of these videos. Not because I'm stuck up about it, it's just I don't get time really. So whenever it comes with experimenting with something and I need to find my niche, I generally just have to grind things out a little bit. But that does mean then that I release a video discussing my wonderful experiences and realizations, and I'm normally about 25 videos too late because it's old news. But anyway, the stock attachment. Combined with a submachine gun and a suppressor, the slidey has now become the slider. Now I'm the one who can run into the spawn and get up in their grill. You think you can use your laser sight to dance off my screen? I'm actually going to counter slide you with the slidiest sliding of all of Slidersville. You see, the thing is with me is even though I'm an objective player, I do sometimes like to hang around the enemy spawns causing a few problems here and there. You know, just the general basically getting in everybody's faces. Nothing cheap and nasty like hard-scoping the spawn so that these people literally have nowhere to go. No, what I like to do is I like to do something called patrolling. That's just my word for it. It's moving around the spawns, making sure the enemy can't get out of it. And I understand with a game like Capture the Flag you may be saying, well, you've got to get in there, you've got to get the flag, that's the way to do it. But my tactics had in fact altered from the previous couple of games. You see, the one thing for me that it was safe to say about this game in particular was that these guys on my team weren't afraid to go for the objective. I'll be honest, my skill level with Capture the Flag is not that stellar. It's not a game type I play too much, and there is one very simple reason for that. I don't have any patience. I'm a very impatient person, and as stupid as it sounds, and I understand this makes me a bit of a dick, but the time it takes from when you get killed to the time you have to respawn again, it's too long for me. Yes, I know it's only like 9 or 10 seconds tops, but I do find that 9 or 10 seconds to be the longest 9 or 10 seconds of my life. I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs, I'm bouncing my knee up and down in anticipation. I'm getting sweaty palms, I'm getting angry, I just want to get back out there and get stuck in. It's basically there to prevent the ridiculous spawning in this game getting the better of you. I mean, just imagining Capture the Flag, how annoying would that be? You kill somebody, you take the flag, you turn around and he's spawned directly behind you 2 seconds later. It wouldn't be a good thing. But, like I say, I'm sorry, but my illness is my illness and I get twitchy. Aside from that, it's an amazing game type. But yes, I do believe that sometimes when you are doing this patrolling technique, it can be just as effective as running into certain death and trying to cap a flag yourself. Particularly when you've got players on your team who are willing to do that anyway. The one thing you can do is patrol these certain areas and prevent the enemy from running out and giving chase to the person who's got their flag. And let's be realistic and not beat around the bush. You get to get some pretty nice kills along the way. So in that case it's a win-win. So I believe now that it's fair to say that looking over my other class setups, I think I'm going to be giving them a bit of a rethink. Sometimes I'm a bit of a sucker for putting a red dot sight on things that don't really need it, but it's that thing of it being a comfort blanket. Just knowing you've got that sight there to help you along the way and distinguish what enemies are what and who's looking at who and when and why. But that may well be about to change. If I just take that red dot sight off and put a stock on, think of the advantages I'm going to have now. So, the stock attachment. How does it work with the assault rifles? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. That's something I'm going to try out. Like I say, I just get a little bit sick and tired of being danced around by the hip firers. Well now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my turn to dance. I'm going to get my groove on. I've put on my dancing shoes and guess what? They're shinier than they ever have been. I can now move with the confidence that I'm not going to have any unfortunate accidents. Jesus, it sounds like I'm talking about some incontinence pants or something like that. Ah well, the proof is in the tasting, so I'm going to get a spoon and take a nice big bite. I'll speak to you later, guys. Apocalypse done.